my very first yoga video I think I've ever made. I've been teaching for over 2 years. I hope that at the end of this video you can hear me well. I'll do my best to be loud. I am recording this with my phone, so we'll just kind of go along and see how this goes, and if this is something that people are really enjoying during this time, I'll make sure to put some more out. So about this class, anybody is welcome to give this a try. I'm going to go ahead and make this just a nice, simple level 1 yoga class for all. If you have props at home, you can feel free to use them. If you don't even have a mat, just hang out on your carpet with me and we can go ahead and do this. So what we're going to do to begin today is come to a nice, comfortable seated position on your mats or your floor, wherever you're at today. And we'll just go ahead and begin by sitting up nice and tall, dropping the chin down to the chest and closing the eyes. And we'll just sort of begin here by noticing our breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. And just starting to slow it down. If you notice that your shoulders are up near the ears, just slowly start to breathe them up closer to the ears, and then exhale as you slowly release back and away. Notice if your jaw is clenched, and just unclench it. Release any of those facial muscles that you may be holding tight. Soften the eyes. Soften the mouth. During our practice, I like to tell people to always come back to the breath. So if at any time you're feeling like you need a break from this practice or just a space, just center yourself back to the breath, slowing it down and finding those belly breaths. So again, with our chin down by the chest, on the next breath, we're going to start to bring the left ear over to the left shoulder. And as you do this, you're just going to find some length down the right side of the neck. If you'd like, you can even take the right hand all the way out to the side, release the fingertips down. And as you do this, you should feel just a little more stretch, a little more release. I think especially during this time right now, we tend to hold a lot of our stress in our neck. One more breath. As you exhale, bringing the chin back down into the chest, reaching that right arm back in. We'll breathe in. And we'll exhale, finding our way over to the right shoulder, just dropping the ear. And extending that left arm out, deepening into the stretch. So throughout these videos, you may occasionally hear my kids or my dogs or even my husband. And that just kind of proves that we're all kind of doing this thing called life. Slowly bring the chin back down to the chest, bring the left hand in. And as we breathe in, we'll go ahead and bring the head on top of the shoulders. And just take a moment here to notice your seat. See if you're coming forward, rounding out the spine. And if you are, just really begin to lean back into this till you feel the head right on top of the shoulders. The spine is nice and straight. Wonderful. From here on our in-breath, we're going to reach the arms all the way up towards the sky. And as we exhale, we'll take our gaze up to our hands and we'll go ahead and grab the left wrist with the right hand and just sort of guide it to the right. Take your time here. You never need to overextend anything or push it beyond where it needs to go. Following that breath, as we reach the arms back up, we'll take our gaze over to the right hand, grab it with the left wrist, and guide it over to the left. Wonderful. Breathing in, both arms will reach up. Exhale, we're going to bring our hands back down to our heart center, our Anjali Mudra. Wonderful. Dropping that chin back down to the chest. Just start to feel the length down the back of the spine, back of the neck. Wonderful. From here, we're going to reach our right hand all the way over to our left knee. And we'll bring the left hand behind us. Breathing and sitting up nice and tall, finding that length, always lengthening. As we exhale, we're going to take a small twist, just letting the head and neck be the last thing that moves. And slowly as we release, coming back to that neutral space, we'll bring our hands out in front and checking in that our hips are square, that they're sitting on our mat. We're going to walk our hands as far forward as we can go until we begin to feel them lift. We don't want them to lift, so we're going to stop wherever that movement is, only going as far as feels comfortable. Using the hands, we'll slowly walk them back up towards the body. And we'll switch sides. We're going to change the direction and the cross of our legs. Sit up nice and tall. Taking the left hand, let's reach it over to the right knee and bring the right hand behind us for our twist. Breathing in. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, slowly twist. Again, coming back to that neutral space, and once more walking our hands forward, taking this slow. Maybe we go further than we did last time. Maybe we rest the forearms on a block or a pillow, whatever brings most comfort today. Now, I know a lot of classes tend to have some music, so feel free to incorporate some music in the background if it helps you to relax further. We're going to take a couple more breaths here. Walking our hands back up towards the body. We'll go ahead and swing our legs around, and coming onto our mat, we're going to come into a table position. And it's really important here that we stack our joints. So what I mean by that is we want to check in with the wrists, that they're right underneath the shoulders, that they're not in front, they're not behind. They're supporting that shoulder joint by coming right underneath it. The fingers are spread out nice and wide. The knees are underneath the hips, and the back is flat. We're not sinking here, and we're not overextending. And the neck extends forward, the crown of the head extends forward. And then you can feel here that all of the joints are supported. So flowing into a cat-cow movement here, sort of the goal is to release any stress here in the spine. On the next inhale, we're going to soften at our elbows and slowly begin to drop the belly, raise the head, raise the chest. And as we exhale, we'll go ahead and press into the hands, round out the spine, draw the chin into the chest. And doing this once more as we flow with that breath, we'll inhale slowly, reversing stretch. And exhale, rounding out the spine. Breathing back to that neutral, stable space. We'll go ahead and bring the weight over to our right hand. And we're going to unweight the left arm. And just start to find some movement here, reaching that arm back and forth, seeing if you can stabilize that joint in the right arm. And with the next big breath, we're going to reach that left arm up towards the sky. And our exhale will slowly flow back down. Reach it behind the right arm all the way through over to the right, and see if the head can meet the mat. Now this left hand can stay underneath, this right hand can stay underneath the shoulder, or we can slowly walk the fingertips straight out in front. Deepening the stretch into both shoulder joints. And then walking that right hand back underneath the shoulder. As we inhale, we'll press into the right hand and exhale ourselves back to our table. Wonderful. Bringing that weight now over to the left hand. We're going to unweight the right arm. Find those gentle motions. Find that breath. Breathing and reaching the right arm all the way up towards the sky. And exhaling slowly. And again, the left hand can stay under the shoulder, or you can walk that arm straight out in front. Left hand comes back under that shoulder, and as we breathe in, we'll press our way back to our table and exhale. Wonderful. From here, we're going to bring our hands one full handprint forward onto the mat. Check in with those fingers, making sure that they're spread out nice and wide. And from here, we're going to tuck our toes underneath. And as we inhale, we're going to press the weight into our arms, slowly lift the hips, and exhale, finding our way to our downward facing dog. Couple breaths here. Maybe we begin to pedal out the feet. Just slowly lifting one heel while we lower the other. And then as we gear both of our heels down towards the mat, we're going to soften our knees, take our gaze up to the hands, and slowly start to walk the feet forward. Coming right into our forward fold. Knees are soft, and the belly comes to rest right on the thighs as we release the arms, release the head, the neck, the shoulders. On the in-breath, we'll lift halfway, creating that nice length here with our spines. And our exhale will slowly fold back down, softening the knees. And as we breathe in, we'll begin to roll up our spines. Take our time here. You know that good saying, one vertebrae at a time. Wonderful. As we make our way up to the top, we're going to find our way to our Tadasana pose. So checking in that our feet are hip distance apart, our pelvis is forward, our knees are soft, our palms are facing the front, shoulders rolled back and away. Awesome. On the inhale breath, let's go ahead and reach the arms up. Exhale our hands to our heart center. Inhale, arms reach back up. And this time as we exhale, we're going to hinge from our hips and slowly fold all the way forward. Bringing the hands back down towards the feet. Lining the fingers and the toes up and stepping our right foot behind us. We're going to come into our high lunge. So let's first check in here that the left knee is right on top of that ankle. We're always stabilizing the joints. And we're gonna find some balance here and begin to lift, reaching the arms up. Couple breaths. Breathing in. Our exhale releases the hands back down to the mat. And we're gonna take this right foot behind us and slowly hop it forward to our forward fold. 2 breaths. Inhaling, lifting halfway. Exhale as we fold. Inhale this time as we root to rise. We'll reach the arms up all the way towards the sky. Exhale as our hands meet our heart center. 1 full breath. Inhaling, arms reach up. And exhale as we fold. Lining up those fingers and toes, stepping the left foot back this time, finding that balance and lifting as we're ready. And sometimes the balance is shaky, and that's okay. Nice big breath in. Exhale, slowly release, hands meet the mat again, and finding that stabilization here in the right leg, we'll hop the left foot up to meet the right and find our Uttanasana, our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Breathing in, root to rise, arms reach up. And exhale, hands come to our heart center. Wonderful. Taking our left leg behind us, we're gonna open here for our warrior 2. So building this pose up from the ground up, we're gonna check in that the front heel lines up with the middle part of the back of your foot. This front knee is right on top of the ankle. The pelvis is tilted forward. The belly button is drawn into the spine. Shoulders roll back. As we breathe in, we're going to reach the arms up to the sky, straighten out the front leg, and exhale back. One more time, breathing and reaching up, and exhale back. Flipping the right palm up as we breathe in, we'll reach forward, and we'll exhale that arm straight up, release the back arm down, take the gaze up to the hand. And inhale slowly, finding our way back, warrior 2. Inhale as the back arm comes forward and down, and we'll exhale, coming back to that lunge movement, and slowly hop the back foot up to meet the front. 2 breaths, nice deep breaths. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach up, and exhale, hands to heart center. I'll go ahead and go to the opposite side here, but staying where you're at, you're gonna go ahead and step that right foot behind you as we set ourselves up for our warrior 2 on the opposite side, remembering those alignment cues. On the inhale, we'll reach the arms up, straighten out the front leg. Exhale, slowly coming back, finding that movement, finding that strength. Breathing in, arms reach back up. Exhale. Inhale, flipping the front palm up, reach it forward. Exhale, finding that reverse movement. way back, warrior two. Exhaling the back arm all the way down. Pivoting the foot around and finding that lunge movement. I'll go slowly here because of this so I don't knock my head into it, but coming forward maybe to our forward fold. 2 breaths. Now as we line our fingers and our toes all the way up together, we're going to step back into that downward facing dog. Inhaling, the knees will slowly come down to the mat. And as we exhale, we're going to press into our hands and find our way to our child's pose, reaching the arms out in front. And with our next breath to follow, maybe we press into the hands just enough to slowly walk them all the way over to the right side of our mat, coming back down and feeling just a slight movement of stretch on the left side body. And breathing in, bringing the hands back to center, and exhaling them all the way over to the opposite side. Nice big breath in, walking the hands back to center. Exhale, slowly guide the hands all the way back to the body as we sit on top of the heels. Taking a moment here, to go ahead and pause. Let's reach the right hand over to the floor. And as we breathe in, we're going to extend the left arm up towards the sky and exhale it slowly over to the right. Our in-breath reaches the left arm up. Our exhale reaches the right arm up. And we'll slowly bring the hands down to our heart center. Wonderful. Switching sides. Let's drop the left arm over to the left side. Inhale as the right arm reaches up this time. Exhaling it over to the left side. Slowly releasing as we lift the chest, bring both arms back down. And let's take one round here where we inhale the shoulders up towards the ears and exhale them back and away. Wonderful. Walking our hands back out into our downward facing dog. On the in-breath, we're going to go ahead and unweight the right leg. Slowly lift it as high as you feel comfortable. And as you exhale, you're going to draw the knee into the chest, take your gaze up, and we're going to bring the knee up between the hands. There's nothing I like more than ending the practice, or getting close to the end of the practice, and coming right into a pigeon pose. So I like to tell people that it's okay to slide a blanket or a block underneath that right hip. We want to make sure that we're not sinking to either side. Our hips are square. So as the chest lifts, maybe we find a little back stretch here, pressing into the hands. And then with our exhale, we'll slowly come forward. Maybe we bring the hands to rest on blocks or a pillow or a blanket. Maybe we come all the way down, resting the forehead on the hands. We'll go ahead and take 3 deep breaths here. Slowly finding movement back in the hands. We're going to bring them to the top corners of our mat. Tucking the left toe under, we'll shift the knee forward. Slowly slide the right knee back and find our child's pose. Reaching the hands out in front. On the inhale, the toes tuck underneath. And on the exhale, we lift back up, finding our downward facing dog. Inhale, floating the left leg up. Exhale, bringing the left knee forward this time. Setting yourself up for that pigeon pose. Getting as comfortable as you need today. Hearing all the pops. And slowly making your way forward. One more breath here. Pressing back into the hands, lifting the chest, tucking the right toes under, shifting that knee forward. We're going to slowly slide that left knee back and come right into our table pose. Remembering to stack our joints here. We're going to do something called Mula Bandhas. We're going to bring that belly button in towards the spine, really drawing it inwards. And shifting our weight over to the left knee, we're going to extend the right leg out behind us. Just lifting, pressing the heel away, pointing the toes down. On the inhale, we're going to bend the knee and draw it into the chest, round out the spine. And our exhale will bring that foot up between the hands, closer to the right hand. Planting the left hand onto the mat, slowly start to arch the chest all the way open to the right side. If you'd like to reach that hand up towards the sky, feel free. Check in with that shoulder joint, that left shoulder. Reaching the right arm back down to the floor. We're going to take this time to bring the right hand now on top of the right knee. Shift your weight forward a little more into that hip. See if you can sink here. And as we breathe in, we're going to press the right knee away and open that foot. Slowly drawing the knee back in, really working on those quads. Now we're going to bend the left knee and reach for the foot. Draw it in towards the hips. And as you release, being mindful of that knee here, making sure you don't slam it down, it won't feel the greatest. We'll plant the hands and we're going to step ourselves back to our downward facing dog. Inhale, soften the knees, take the gaze up to the hands. Exhale, we're going to find our forward fold. But I'm going to have to go to the other side so that I don't crash my head into that. Breathing in, we'll lift halfway. And exhale, slowly release back down, finding that fold. Inhale. Root to rise, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Finding the center of our mat, finding a place also if you need to come closer to a wall. We're gonna play with our balance. Roll the shoulders back and away. Sink over to the left side and just start to unweight that right foot. From here, we're gonna bend at the knee, and you can bring the foot to the ankle and draw it up to the shin, or you can reach it up into the thigh, keeping the hands at heart center. Check in with that hip. Make sure the hip isn't out. Bring it all the way in. Find that long line all the way from the foot to the crown of the head. Maybe we reach the arms up. Three more solid breaths. Bringing our hands down to heart center, keeping that center of gravity. We're going to draw the knee into the chest. One breath. And exhale, just slowly releasing it back down. Beautiful. Bringing our hands back to our heart center. Maybe we shake out the legs, shake out the arms, release any stress or tension. And as we draw the hands back to heart center and shift our weight over to the right leg, we'll just unweight the left. Play around with it. Find that balance. Bringing that left foot up as you're ready. Drawing that midline in, reaching from the ground up. Three breaths. Inhaling in through the nose, drawing the hands down, exhaling, bringing that left knee in. Exhale, slowly press it back down. Beautiful. Let's come back to the top of our mats. Roll the shoulders back and away, coming right into our Tadasana. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we're gonna step the right foot back, drop the knee. Exhale, step the left foot back, drop the knee, find your table. Sinking our weight over into the right knee, let's press the left foot back behind us. Press the heel away, point the toes down. If you flex, you're gonna be uneven here with your balance. If you flex, if you point, excuse me, you'll find that here. So as we inhale, we'll bend the knee, draw it into the chest. Exhale, bring the foot up between the hands. Beautiful. Planting the right hand on the mat, we're gonna slowly open the chest to the left. Reach that arm up. Left hand comes down. And we bring the hip maybe a little bit more forward here. Left hand comes on top of that knee, and we're gonna press it away, open the hip. It's okay if that foot lifts. Drawing the knee back in, we'll slowly begin to find that quad stretch. So tucking the right toes under, bending at the knee, reaching back, grabbing that foot or ankle and guiding it in. One big breath. Exhale, slowly release. Let's go ahead and slide the left foot back, come all the way onto our mats, drawing our legs out in front. And I'll go ahead and face you. Take a moment here, maybe shake out the feet, shake out the arms, whatever feels best. And as we breathe in, we're gonna go ahead and come into our Dandasana, pressing the heels forward, pointing the toes up towards the sky. Maybe we draw our hands to our sides to press and lift the spine. Inhale, arms float up. And with the exhale, we'll slowly fold forward, guiding ourselves forward with the heart and drawing the forehead towards the knees. Each exhale, coming forward maybe a little bit more. Using our hands, we're going to press into them and start to guide them back up towards the body. And drawing the right sole of the foot into the side of the left leg. We're going to square ourselves off towards that left leg. On the in breath, arms float up. Exhale as we fold. This time folding towards that left knee, drawing the forehead down. Slowly walking the hands back up towards the body. Taking a little back bend this morning, let's bring our right hand behind us. Fingertips face away. Inhale as the left arm floats all the way up. As we exhale, we're going to press off of this left leg and lift the hips. Reach that left arm all the way back and slowly find your way forward. Wonderful. Bringing the soles of our feet together, we're going to come into our Baddha Konasana, our butterfly, our bound angle, whatever you want to call it. Just letting the hands come to rest on the toes or the ankles, guiding and lifting with the chest. You're welcome to stay here this morning. You can slide some blocks or blankets under the knees, or if you'd like to deepen into this, you can bring the chest forward. Two more breaths, allowing each exhale to maybe bring you forward more, just opening more into these hips. And as we slowly start to lift the chest, we're going to extend the right leg out in front this time. Draw that left foot in towards the side of the right leg. I felt like there's just this one hair on me this entire time and I haven't been able to find it yet. So if you're wondering why I'm doing this, that's why. Wonderful. Sitting up nice and tall as we breathe in, we'll float the arms up again. Exhale, folding towards that right knee. Pressing back into the hands, guiding them back up towards the body. Bringing the left hand behind us this time. We're going to reach the right arm up and inhale, lift the hips, press off that right leg, find that back movement, and exhale slowly back down. Awesome. From here, we'll go ahead and find our way onto our backs. Letting the legs come out long, maybe reaching the arms up overhead. Finding that full stretch from the fingers to the toes. And bending at the knees, we'll go ahead and draw them into the chest. And as we plant our feet on our mats, we're going to go ahead and bring our arms to the side of our mats, pressing the palms into the mat, rolling the shoulders back and away and keeping the head and neck still. As we inhale, we're going to press into the bottoms of our feet, the bottoms of our hands, engage that Mula Bandha and slowly start to lift the hips, pressing them up. And then our exhale, we release. Doing that one more time here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Awesome. Taking our right foot, we're going to cross the ankle over the top of that left thigh. And bringing our hands, interlacing them here behind the left thigh, we'll go ahead and draw that knee in slowly. Taking your time, really feeling that opening here in the right hip. Allowing that left foot to go ahead and meet the mat. We'll uncross the right and we'll switch sides. Bringing that left to cross the right this time. Drawing that knee in. Releasing that right foot, uncrossing both legs here, keeping the bend in the knees, but we're going to go ahead and bring our arms out nice and wide, sort of like a T. And just bring this stretch out of the arms, just release everything at this point. And as we breathe in, we're going to lift the hips and we're going to shift them 2 to 3 inches over to the right side and just let the knees fall over to the left. Maybe we take our gaze all the way over to that right hand. Just use this time to slow down the breathing. Check back in, seeing if you're holding any tension or tightness. Releasing it with each breath. On the next in-breath, we'll start to bring the knees back up to the top. And as we exhale, we'll shift the hips to center, and then 2 to 3 inches over to the left as we let the knees fall open to the right. Taking our gaze over to that left hand. And just continuing to release and relax any tension. Maybe while you're here, using this time to just remind yourself that you are safe and you are in control of your surroundings. As the knees start to come back up to the top, we'll go ahead and shift the hips and extend our legs out now, coming into our Shavasana, finding a nice comfortable space. Take a couple moments here. If you need to grab an extra blanket or a pillow, just allow yourself these next couple of moments to release everything, thoughts, feelings, stress, and tension. Allow the eyes to close. Slowly bringing the natural breath back into your focus. Maybe find some small movements in your fingers and toes. And we'll go ahead and slowly roll to either side. Taking a pause, allowing the head to just relax onto that arm. As you're ready, we'll go ahead and press ourselves slowly up to our Sukhasana, or easy seated pose. Reaching our hands to heart center. The light in me honors the light in you. I hope during this time you can take a couple moments like this each day for yourself, whether it be with me, whether it be with another teacher or a loved one or your family or your friends. So, namaste.